Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is video number 66 and I have to say, wow, September was a really busy month. Not so much stitching wise, but for getting quite a few things done for me. So unfortunately I did miss quite a few days of stitching in September. But I did want to start this video off with a big apology for my last video. Quite a few of you complained about the lighting and I'm really sorry. I wasn't aware. It sort of like looked good to me at the time until I held up that first bit of stitching, realised that the light was shining through it. And yeah, rookie mistake. I just wanted to do it in a different room because this looks a little bit boring here behind me. So please forgive me. We'll go back to our normal surroundings and hopefully the lighting and everything, you know, you can see everything clearly. So yeah. All right, yeah, so September, there's just a lot of stuff going on. I spent a full weekend sorting out my garage because I needed to get my car in there. So that took a lot of my time and just other things that I just can't really remember. Just, yeah, there were many days of no stitching, which is sad. But so this video, I want to show you what I did get done in September. I have a new start to show you. I have an exciting new full coverage supplier to talk to you about, and I want to talk to you about my plans for October because October is gonna be a busy one. All right, let's get started. So up on the rooftop is normally my first weekly stitch for the month. Now I didn't do that in September because last month I actually worked on that for 2 weeks, so you got a double hit last month. This month there's nothing to show you up on the rooftop, unfortunately. So we'll move on to the next one, and that will be my Travel Tuesdays project. I'll put up a picture here of the design, and it's called Looks Like Christmas by Shannon Christine Designs. And here it is when you last saw it. So I had done the wagon and a couple of snowflakes, a present, and looks to look a lot like, I think. So this is where I'm up to now. And I've added, I'm pretty sure this wasn't in the last picture, so I've added the word Christmas and the line underneath. I've added another present and snowflake, can't remember if they were in there. I think this one might have been. And then I've just started working on the tree, and another present in here, and started working on the tree with the little baubles. So still really loving this design. It's a great travel project, and it will be time to move the Q-snaps very soon. So we will see how we keep going with that. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. Love that one. Can't wait to turn that one into a pillow. All right, next on my list is Signs of Christmas frames. So this is what it will look like when it's completed. And last time you saw it, I had finished Santa's Toy Shop. And let me just tighten this. It's actually coming out of the, see what happens when it starts to come out of the frame, then it gets all loosey-goosey. All right, so in September, it was Made Fresh. That's lovely. Really like that one. I like all of these, so I haven't been upset by any of them yet. They're fun to stitch. They're quick to stitch. And the next one will be ice skating, I think, if I remember rightly. So that's going to be a lot of fun, a lot more white, but it's all good. So this is where we are. So only 3 to go. 3 to go. It's exciting. A lot of fun. Shannon's designs are, I said it last time, said, you know, they're so easy to do and very straightforward, easy to follow. The only thing I've got to remember is that Pattern Keeper, because I've put everything on Pattern Keeper now, is that Pattern Keeper doesn't show the back stitching. You've actually got to go into the PDF picture on Pattern Keeper and look for the back stitching there. And sometimes I forget and it's like, oh yeah, I've done all the stitching. Oh, hang on, something doesn't look right there. And of course there's a little bit of back stitching. Really, there's not much back stitching in this design at all, but there is a little bit here and there. So it's just worthwhile remembering that. And next we've got Fairy Whispers. You're probably sick of seeing this by now. Some of you are, some of you aren't. But it doesn't really look like I'm making much progress because of all the confetti. Now this is looking really messy. I haven't tidied this up very much. So here's a picture of what it will look like in about 30 years time. No, it won't be that long. Hope not. And this is where I was up to last time. And this is where we're up to now. So excuse the mess, excuse the dangling threads. Although it doesn't look much, I added it up and I did 1,062 stitches in this last month. So not as much as I would have liked, but the confetti is really heavy, as you can tell by all those strands hanging down. But there's not much of the mane to go. So I think once the mane is done, the background of the forest should be relatively quick because it's just going to be the purple flowers and the green. But it's the mane that's really getting me here. It's just so many colours, but it looks so effective. Definitely worth it. Definitely worth it. All right, let me just move this one out of the way. Okay, now next one is Fairy Garden Collection. Now I did show this to you finished in the last video, but I'm going to show it again because the lighting was so terrible and it deserves to be seen in better light. So this is it, all stitched. It's so beautiful. Let's move over here a bit. There we go. So beautiful. Now, I have come across an issue. This month I was so excited because I was going to start the beading. Well, she does a big sigh. This is done on 28 count Lugana, hand dyed. Now when fabric is dyed, it does shrink the fabric somewhat. And I read somewhere that 28 count will shrink to 32 count and 32 count will shrink to 36 count. Possibly. I mean, there might be some cases where it doesn't, where the dye doesn't affect the fabric shrinkage. But I think in the, look, I'm not an expert, but I think in the majority of cases, it does shrink it somewhat. Anyway, this design called for the Mill Hill beads. And I did put on Instagram that I started adding them. And they looked awful. I'll put in a picture. Oh, no, I can't. I didn't take a picture, or I didn't save a picture because it looked terrible. Anyway, the beading, because it's going around the windows, in the diagram, it looks like they need to go straight. So I did the beads as a cross stitch so that the beads would sit straight. And there were just too many and it looked all crammed in there. They didn't sit straight. It looked awful. And even taking a bead out, it still just didn't look right. So then I tried all these different things. I tried the embroidery method of beading where you just do a string of beads and then you like couch in between the beads. That really didn't look right either. It was probably the best out of the three, but yeah, I still wasn't happy with it. And then I did the sideways beading, and this is still on here. Mind you, it's not staying on here. I've got to cut it off. But you can see there, look. It's awful. Look how wobbly those windows look. I hate it. And after that, I felt so down. I didn't really want to look at this. I was so excited to bead this. And then seeing how the beads went on, I was so disappointed because I thought it was going to go smoothly. And I put up something on Instagram, and a lot of people, because I did say worst case scenario, if I don't get the beading right, I'm going to do metallics. And a lot of people said metallics will look great. I don't know if they realise though, there are already metallics. So the window panes are all metallics. So I don't know. I think it's just worst case scenario, metallics will have to do. But I really want to do beads. So I ended up buying some size 15 beads. I found a seller on Etsy, and her name is ArielsBeadingStudio. And she's got some there. She's also given me a voucher, a discount somewhere. Where did I read that? A discount code for my next purchase. Anyway, they're tiny. Oh my goodness. Anyway, she had a couple of colours of gold. I wasn't sure which one would match. So I got a yellow gold. And I got more of a true gold. There they are together. And to give you a comparison in size, these are the ones that was charted, 02011. Look at that. Look at the size difference. It's massive. So now I'm not even sure if I'm going to have enough with one packet of these, because obviously I'm going to need more than what the design has called for to fill in the window. I just hope they look nice and straight. Yeah, as I said, this made me feel really down. I just don't really want to look at this at the moment. But that's my fear talking, and I do that. When I get scared of something, I put it off and put it off and put it off and put it off, sometimes for years, and then I finally do it. I go, you idiot, what were you scared of? Just do it. Anyone out there is like me, just do it. Okay. Ariel also sent me a little free packet of beads. These are size 11s in a pretty colour. They're really nice too. So look, I'll give it a go. Worst case scenarios, they're going to look awful, and I'm just going to have to do metallic threads, which I don't mind. I like, a lot of people don't. I like stitching with metallics because I use Petite Treasure braid, and I find that really easy to stitch with. So we'll see. Anyway, so I felt a bit down about that. All right, next is, my new start. So I was very kindly gifted a new chart by a lady called Valerie, and she owns StitchesSewBeautiful. It's all one word. Now, Valerie does full coverage designs, just like we've got, what have we got? Heaven and Earth designs, we've got Artisy, we've got Tilton Crafts. I think there's another one. I can't think. But yeah, so everyone's getting right into full coverage designs lately. So Valerie has got permission from artists, and those that she doesn't know the artists, she's got an Adobe extended license. So you don't have to worry about copyright issues. And I must admit, I was worried because when I saw her on Etsy, so she's on Etsy and she also has a Facebook group, and I suggest you looking at both because she's amazing. When I started looking at those designs, oh my goodness, they are stunning. And there's no way. These are copyright. She's just nicked these off of someone else. It's just what you think, you know, because there's so many people on Etsy now that you can't trust. But then when I read about her and how she's got permission from these artists and the extended license. I was like, oh my goodness, like this has just opened up a can of worms. I did not need another full coverage design, but Valerie so kindly offered me a chart of my choice. And if you're watching this, Valerie, thank you so much again. I really, really appreciate it. Now I chose this design. I think it's pronounced Boreal. Hopefully I haven't stuffed that up. Boreal Forest. Now, it took me weeks to decide on which one I wanted because there are so many. There's fairies coming out of a book. I love that. There's dragons. You know, I love dragons. Father Christmas, like a full Father Christmas phase. I'll put some photos up at the end of the video and you can see. The reason why I chose this one in particular was I wanted something that wasn't going to take years because I already have 2 full coverage that I know are going to take years because of all the confetti. This one doesn't have as much confetti. Like it's on a smaller scale. Plus the overall size is much smaller. It's 400 by 200. So it's doable. And thirdly, I can see this hanging above my lounge. I think it will look gorgeous. And I know a lot of people, I can't remember the name of it, and you're all screaming at me because you know the name of it, but it's that painting where it's raining and there's all the brightly coloured trees and stuff. And oh, I love that. I love that. But everyone's done it. And when I saw this, I haven't seen this one. I haven't seen anything like this one. And I love it. So stop talking, Carolyn, and show it. All right. Oops. I've been doing this for, I haven't made a note of it, 5 or 6 days. I stitched it last night. I wrote it down and I've already forgotten. I'm probably going to stitch it again tonight. So this is where I'm up to. Now, someone commented on Instagram and said, oh, wonderful selection of blacks. And it does look like that, doesn't it? Would you believe there's no 310 in this design at all? That is dark navy blue that you can see. And there is like 26,000 stitches of dark navy blue. But I just love the colours in this design. That moon in those shades of turquoise and teal, and it's just stunning. So I'm really excited about getting to the trees, which are going to be around here somewhere. It's a long way to go, but yeah, it's just, I love full coverage and I love the designs that I am currently stitching, but it is a really welcome treat to do something that is not confetti heavy. It just gives my brain a bit of a rest and I can thoroughly enjoy it while I'm watching Netflix. And yeah, it's wonderful. Love it. Thank you again, Valerie. Please go check her out. I'm not sure if it's still there, but on her Facebook group there was a free design. It was a train, a Christmas train, I think. I snapped that up, and if it's still there, go check it out. It's a lovely, generous lady, and oh, as I said, the designs are just to die for, and that you'll hate me because you'll be, oh, sorry, just not the camera. You'll hate me because you'll be adding to your wish list and spending some money. But you'll thank me in the long run because you'll have some more beautiful designs to stitch. So Okay, that is it for my whips. Now, I'm a member of various Facebook groups. I don't tend to comment on them much. I just like browsing through. I'm really not on Facebook much these days, but I do like the groups, and I see things from time to time. I get some information, go, oh, thank you for posting that. That was really interesting. Anyway, someone had posted on one of the groups about, you know, there's a real lack of cross-stitch magazines these days. And, you know, where can I go to get a good old-fashioned cross-stitch magazine to browse? And in Australia, we have a company called Fox Collection, which you can subscribe to get a free magazine. It's sent out, it's not sent out monthly. I don't know how, maybe every couple of months or 3 months. You can subscribe to that via their website. Just bear in mind, if you don't buy from them for a period of time, they will automatically take you off that subscription list. The magazine isn't just cross-stitching, however, there's diamond painting, there's jigsaws, there's craft supplies, there's craft books, there's all sorts of things. So these are really interesting. I really like getting that magazine when it comes out. I don't always buy from them because they are a little bit on the pricey side, and I can get those designs elsewhere for a cheaper price. But it's just nice to have a look and see what's going around. Anyway, I don't think that would be available overseas because it's only for Australian purchases, but I could be wrong. This one in particular, though, is available for everybody, and it's the Bothy Threads magazine. Now, I wasn't aware that you could get this, and this isn't a magazine. This is a book. So this is it here for this year. If you go on the Bothy Threads website, I'll put the link down below. There is a spot you can go to for I think you just go to the magazine link, and anyway, there's a part, look, if I can find it, I'll put that down below as well. But there's a section where you can organise to have this sent to you, and they'll send it to you for free. And have a look at this. Look, take this out first. There's a 2023 seasonal collections. This is just like a paper leaflet that's inside, but the book itself is 119 pages, and like, even if you don't like Bothy Threads or never stitched them before, it's still just fun to look at. Like, I love this sort of stuff. I'd rather sit down and look at this than look at a Women's Day or New Idea magazine. So, you know, if anyone's interested in that, as I said, I'll put the links down below. But I got this delivered probably a couple of weeks ago. I haven't looked at it yet. So me flicking through then, it's probably the second time I've flicked through, but I haven't looked at it cover to cover yet. That's how busy my September has been. So hopefully we'll get a chance to do that soon. Now, I want to talk about my October plans. Now, in my last video, I mentioned, I showed 2 mirabilias, and that I was going to be starting one because I wanted to do it for the retreat next year. And I'd ordered some fabric, and I was a little bit secretive about which design I was going to do. So I can tell you now, I will be doing Mirabilia Mermaids of the Deep blue, my apologies. I will be doing the customized version that I've seen on Facebook. So the mermaids won't be in these colors, but the fabric, I purchased this fabric from Pole Stitches Designs. I had seen this mermaid chart done on this particular fabric on Facebook, and I fell in love, and I said, I have to have that. As I said, my first purchase from Pole Stitches Designs. This is called Night Sky, and it's 28 count opalescent Lugana. There's my thing there. There was a little bit of a mix up because I actually ordered linen and not Lugana, But Joe from Pulse Stitches was absolutely amazing in getting the item back from the postie and sent me photos, and we discussed it. And in the end, I decided to keep the Lugana. I love Lugana anyway, as I wanted something to show the proper gradient in the fabric. So, are you ready? We'll scroll up. Oh, it's quite a big piece. It's 18 by 27 inches. So if I try and go back a little bit. So the plan is to have the mermaids looking like they're coming up out of the deep blue into the lighter blue colours of the ocean. And as I said, I've seen this stitched. It looks incredible, and I cannot wait to do the same thing. So yes, and it's got the shine because, you know, it's Mirabilia, why not? More bling. So at some stage, depending how I'm going with this, because working on this for 1 week a month will not get it finished by February. I can tell you that right now. You know, some people say I'm a fast stitcher, but it's not going to happen. So at some stage, this will have to become a focus piece and a piece that I will work on solely to get it finished. So I'm just giving you a heads up. I'm not sure when that will be, but I guess I will look at my progress by the end of the year, and yeah, I have to just get right stuck into it after Christmas. But I haven't even started it yet, and I haven't even looked at the threads, and I'm hoping I'm not going to have an issue with the beads on this one. So anyway, so talk about beads right now. Other thing I had to say is in October, you won't see any stitching updates from me for about a week at least, because my boyfriend and I are going overseas. We are going to Bali. It's the first time for both of us. It was a snap decision, and I'm very excited. So we'll be over there. I probably won't take any stitching with me because it's going to be a romantic holiday. You know, the two of us getting away. We'll be doing lots of sightseeing. Bali, for a lot of people, especially Australians, is just all about the beaches and the parties. We're not like that. We're both interested in sightseeing, seeing all the temples and the waterfalls. And I've just been trying to research that as well, which is probably why, you know, the last couple of weeks I've been super busy. And I've just realised that, wow, 7 days or 8 days in Bali is just going to go so fast. But anyway, hopefully the weather will look after us over there. I know their raining season starts in November, so fingers crossed, but I'm sure it will be beautiful and it will be some time away. And I have not had an overseas holiday in 10 years, so really looking forward to it. I had to get an emergency passport done. Not emergency, a priority passport done, which cost me an absolute fortune. So we won't go there. I'm sure it will all be worth it. And yeah, really looking forward to that. So that is it for me this month. I've got a whole stack of stuff left to do today. So hopefully I can get this video uploaded tonight. And I will see you, the next video might be a little bit late like this one was, so we'll see how we go, but might even include some photos of Bali in there for you. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for continuing to put up with me and my blah blah blah, and I hope you have a great weekend, and I'll see you all again very, very soon. Bye for now.